Nolan Hauser. A lot of people say Hauser. I mean, it's pronounced Hauser. Growing up, I always had to spell it Hauser. So, Nolan Hauser is the real last name. How you pronounce it?
So being joined now by freshman place kicker Nolan Hauser. Y'all go ahead with questions, and if you don't mind, since it's his first time in here, if y'all wouldn't mind identifying your name and affiliation prior to asking a question, we'd appreciate it.
David Hood with TigerNet.com. Was there any nerves heading out for that first kick, that field goal Saturday?
I think it's always coming into games. Any game, you're going to have a little bit of nerves. I mean, coming in any position, you're going to have nerves. But it really felt, right at home. So that feeling when you haven't been home in a while, you come right up to the door and you're like, wow, I'm here. Obviously, being last year in high school, this is the first game since last season for me in a bigger stage. So it wasn't really nerves, it was more anxiety and ready to get out there and go.
Does it help to have somebody like Clay? Who's
yeah.
There
Clay and Holden Casperson. Yeah. They're both amazing. They've been really helpful with me being a freshman, and the operation is just amazing, something I don't have to worry about when I get out there.
Just in terms of the fall camp competition, how good did you feel going into it? What allowed you to kind of pull away a little bit?
So, going into it, I felt amazing coming out of summer. Obviously, weight staff does a great job with us and helping us prepare for that fall camp, that little 3-week period, which is a stretch with the workouts and practice every single day. But competition with Robert was amazing. He's a great kicker. Really good guy. You see him put that ball out of the back of the end zone. His leg strength is amazing, and it blows me away, like seeing it every single day in firsthand. But it really was just fun, and I think the most important part is just going out there and having fun. It's you can only control what you can control, and just going out there, have fun with Robert. And we're really close and really close friends. Hang out with him on the weekends. Hang out with him pretty much every single day. So. He's an amazing kicker. He's a really good kicker, heavy leg strength, powerful legs I've ever seen in my life. But it was just fun. Go out there, have fun. Really helped me.
What was it like? When did you figure out that you were actually going to get the start? And what was that like to hear that you're going to do that as a freshman?
I really didn't know until I think I got tagged in some stuff, and I figured out that way. I really didn't know. Other than that, it was awesome for me. As a freshman, I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to come in here as a freshman and play for such a great program under Coach Sweeney. But yeah.
Jump out of the state.
Sure.
Just take us through your very first kick, start to finish. So that pass goes incomplete. You're coming out from there to actually go through the uprights. What was the whole process? What was that moment like? The very first one?
Yeah, it was like a dream. We get out there, see incomplete pass. There's a penalty before that, I think. Run out there, and it was just everything I've ever dreamed about. Growing up, watching Clemson. Both my parents went here, watching Clemson, and just dreaming about that opportunity and it coming true it was just amazing. Going out there, take 3 steps back. Same thing as in practice, and it's pretty much it. Put it through the pipes.
So I think that would formally announce you were going to be the starting kicker. He told us that a week ago, yesterday before the Georgia game. So that was when, at that point, I guess Tuesday morning of last week, you didn't know.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Exactly right. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What was the family reaction at that? Just given the ties that y'all have to the school.
They were obviously really, really happy for me, as anyone would, I think. It was just overwhelming, support for me, and that's pretty much with everybody. It's been really cool.
I have to ask. I've been wanting to ask this. Growing up, your mom, obviously, everybody knows her, played soccer here. Did you learn to kick from her? Did she help you a lot growing up? What's that story like?
I've had that question more times than you'll. Yeah. So just growing up, I played wide receiver, running back, ran track in high school. Really didn't learn kicking from my mom, surprisingly. Played soccer all growing up, Pop Warner. I was just out there playing all different positions, and it was, I can kick a soccer ball, why can't I kick a football? So I'd run out there, and my dad was the coach, so it was just out there, go kick it. And so it wasn't really anything until probably freshman year of high school. But I've gotten that question a lot. It's surprising because she's really not the reason I know how to kick or taught me how to kick.
How much did you come to Clemson or Clemson games growing up?
I would probably say once a year. I wouldn't say we were super fans. my parents really proud to come to Clemson, as anyone that comes to this university is really, really proud to have, Clemson alumni on their back of their car. But, it's just, I was here once a year. It wasn't like I was here all the time. I wouldn't say I didn't watch anyone else. I grew up watching Oregon and all those other teams. But, Clemson always in the back pocket, and I saw a bunch of Clemson games. Probably most of the collegiate games I went to were Clemson.
Do you think there'll be a little bit of a different feeling kicking there this weekend?
Oh, what do you mean?
In Memorial Stadium.
Oh, yeah, of course. First home game I feel like is going to be, I don't know what to expect. Kind of know what to expect going on all the visits, but, I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see the fans out there, and it's going to be awesome.
How you going to run down the hill?
Man, I'm going to touch that rock, and I'm going to jump into it. Just like, I got a little teaser in the spring game and got to run down. It didn't really feel like it was the real one, but I'm so excited for this weekend, especially night game. Yeah.
I think you made 51, 53-yarder in high school.
Yes, sir.
Where are you comfortable? Like if Sweeney comes to you and says, hey, this would be 55, can you hit it 50? Where are you comfortable to?
It's really depends on the day. I feel comfortable from wherever he knows where I'm comfortable from, and it depends on the day. I'll talk to him about it, and it's really just depending on the day and what I feel good with, and Coach Sweeney knows that. Usually it'll be, he'll ask me before that happens, so really just anything he wants is yes or no.
Obviously, a lot more eyes on you at college level versus high school level. Kind of what's your mentality and how do you kind of deal with the mental part of being a kicker?
Just go out there. It might sound a little cliche, but it's the same kick. It's the same kick every single time, and I think it's important to go out with that mentality, especially having like Clay and Holden out there. You don't have to worry about anything. I'm lucky, really lucky as a freshman to have those two guys that have been here for. It's Clay a junior and Holden's he graduated, so we have two older guys, so I'm really grateful for that, and it's just another kick. Go out there and hit it in.
Catch yourself like a little bit around the Falcon Stadium.
No, I walked in the day before and I was like, this is awesome, but I got there a couple hours before the game for warm-ups and really took it in. I usually just walk out there and it's like, wow, you really got to stop and take it in. Can't work yourself up too much. Just look around and just. It's a blessing to be in the opportunity.
You kicked in a dome before, or was that your first time?
First time. It was awesome. The environment was awesome. It was loud. It was really cool.
Any questions for Nolan virtually? Anybody else in the room?
Darian Carter,
Sir.
Greenville News. You mentioned you played running back and receiver, I guess, during preseason practice, training camp in the spring. Were you with the running backs and receiver groups? Just
No, that was all in high school.
Yeah.
So I played, in high school I'd sometimes go out 7-on-7. I'd sneak into some routes and do some of that, but not here. It's too serious here. I don't think I could compete with Adam and all them. Ain't no way.
How much do you work with kind of some of the special teams analysts and guys who have more ability to coach y'all directly now? What's that been like?
Yeah, Coach Allen, he's been great. He's a punter at New England. He's got all the experience playing in those huge games. Coming in as a freshman, not knowing what to expect, really prepared me. But he's awesome. I love it. Coach Gilchrist also, really good guys. Coach Allen is another weapon that I'll be using all year. Really blessed to have him. His family also is really nice.
Nolan Carmine Jame with Fox Carolina. What is the kicking room's role in helping flip the script from a tough game against Georgia to App State, like attitude and team morale wise?
Yeah, just what Coach Sweeney says. Georgia's in the rear view. App State's up, and you don't look at anything else. You're just dialed in on App State and do what you can do it that week, because in reality you can't change anything that happened last week.
Clemson's got a rich history of
place kickers. How much do you know about them, and do you have any guys you were fans of?
So I kicked with this guy named Dan Orner. He was out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He trained BT, Bradley Pinion. So I'm around them quite a lot. growing up around that area, a bunch of kickers. Like Charlotte is like the hub of kickers is what they call it. So, when I went back probably 2 months ago, beginning of summer, got some work with Bradley Pinion. Get to talk to BT whenever we link up. But yeah, just growing up, watching Cat Zero kick the game winner against LSU, always what I remember is Clemson kickers was that moment will pop up. Really good guys. Just growing up watching all them, BT especially.
Anybody else for Nolan? All right, thank you, Nolan. Appreciate
Thank
you
y'all.
coming in.
Thanks, Nolan.